So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. So yeah, guys, big news, big news. Manny Pacquiao apparently wants to rematch. You know, the competitive edge of Manny Pacquiao is there and there, it's strong. Manny Pacquiao's not going to want to give in. And I thought that it might be the end of the Pac-Man, but the guy's got a lion's heart. He doesn't want to give up. He wants to keep going. And Pacquiao, like I said, someone said that, you know, people were saying Pacquiao should retire. And someone mentioned, I can't remember who it was, that Pacquiao's earned the right to retire. I don't personally think he will retire because I don't think Pacquiao would want to go out that way. And knowing Pacquiao the way he has been, he's not going to want to fight somebody else like a Guerrero just for a see-out fight. That's not Pacquiao. Pacquiao's going to want to fight Ugas, and he's got a rematch clause, and I think he'll evoke that rematch clause. I can see this fight happening again, and Pacquiao wanting to avenge the loss against Ugas, if I'm totally honest with you. So I think it will happen again. What do I think? I think I might be wrong, but I think stylistically Ugas might have his number. Ugas may have Manny Pacquiao's number, unfortunately. I don't know whether, you know, he'll beat Ugas in a rematch, if I'm totally honest. And you guys know I love Pacquiao, but from what I saw in that fight and the things that Manny was saying, my legs were cramping up. And a lot of people were saying Manny's looking for excuses, and a lot of, you know, he's probably just saying the truth. His legs were cramping up. But if it's cramping up, right, what's to say it's not going to cramp up again if he fights again? You know, some people were saying Manny overtrained. I don't know, but prior to the camp, everybody and his strength and conditioning and everyone was saying he's looking fantastic. He's looking this, that, and the other. You know, Justin Fortune say he's going to stop Spence and this, that, and the other. So they obviously were very confident, and they were very confident going into a Spence fight. They made us believe that he's in the best shape and he's looking sensational. He's looking better than ever. But in the fight, he just didn't quite look great. You know, he just didn't look great. You know, he just didn't look his old self. Can he avenge this loss? Possibly. You know, at this stage of his career, can he? I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. Can we really say? Can he really avenge the loss? It's difficult to say. It's difficult because, you know, he is old. Let's not get the things twisted. He's past his best. Manny Pacquiao is not the fighter he once was. And do I really want to see him fight Ugas again and potentially get beat again? I don't know. See, here's the thing. With risk comes huge reward. And what I mean by that is, if he manages now to beat Ugas, oh my goodness, that's going to be unbelievable, because people don't think he can beat Ugas now. People going into that rematch will be saying Ugas beats him, right? Because they think Manny's not the fighter he was. So it's kind of one of them that if Manny pulls this off, this now becomes a big deal, because people will say, oh my God, Manny won back the welterweight title at the age of 43 and he's proven that he's a great, you know, so I can understand that now this fight becomes big like the Errol Spence fight. Not quite as big, but it becomes as big because people now won't believe that he beats Ugas. So in Manny Pacquiao's head, he's thinking, if I can win back the welterweight championship, that's going to bring my name to another level. I'll become world champion. You know, that's how Manny Pacquiao's probably thinking. But do I think he wins the fight? I wouldn't favor him. Not on what I saw in that fight, because I think Ugas may have his number. I think Ugas is very big. I think Ugas is very tall. I think Ugas he's got very good boxing skills, and he's got too many physical advantages at this point for Manny Pacquiao, and I don't know whether Manny can overcome them. Manny's legs didn't look great. I know some Pacquiao fans may give me stick for saying that. I just don't know whether Manny has what he once had. I don't know whether he can beat Ugas. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think that was a more stylistic thing that he struggled with. And I'm not saying Ugas would have beaten Manny in his prime, because he wouldn't have. But I think Ugas may have even caused Manny some problem in his prime because he's got long arms, you know. But I do think Manny's legs in his prime would have got him that win. I'm not going to say he would have stopped Ugas. I think he would have definitely beaten him on points. He would have outworked him. But, you know, the crazy thing is that Manny Pacquiao threw 800 and something punches in that fight. And Ugas threw 400 and something. But I think Ugas landed more. So Manny Pacquiao almost threw double the punches that Ugas threw, but Manny wasn't landing. That's worrying, because in his prime, even when he used to fight bigger guys, He used to land. But here's the thing. Ugas isn't a... See, Margarito was a static target. He had very slow feet. And that style was perfect. So when Manny Pacquiao said that this style was perfect for him, I'm not sure it was, because I think Ugas was very nimble of feet. He had very good movement. And when you think about it, who did Manny Pacquiao fight as big as Ugas, even in his prime, that had that great movement? Can you think of somebody that was that slick and that had that great movement? By the way, Ugas defensively still, he gets hit, and he got hit against Pacquiao. Because look, he had bruised up eyes. But the fact is, I do think that Ugas was a lot more nimble than anyone that I can remember that Pacquiao fought, you know, in his prime. You know, I don't think there was many guys that were that nimble and that good of feet. And then not just that, on top of that, that big. You know, he fought Margarito, which was probably as big as Ugas. But Margarito wasn't as skilled, and Margarito wasn't as good a mover as Ugas. You know, Ugas had much better feet. He had great movements. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Manny can beat him? I don't know. I've got scratching my head on watching that fight. Ugas was really good. By the way, it was a close fight. It wasn't like... Listen, I think we all agree that Ugas won that fight. But I don't think he battered him. I don't think it was a case where Manny was totally outclassed. So, can Manny turn it around? Possibly. You know, who knows? Maybe Manny can turn it around. I don't think it's... See, the fight was close. It was a close fight, but it was a fight where everybody knew Ugas won that fight. I don't think there's anyone, you know, thinking that Pacquiao won that fight. So, but it was close. And can Pacquiao improve in a couple of months? And let's not forget, Manny Pacquiao was preparing for Errol Spence. And then all of a sudden that got changed. So then he had to go to orthodox. But then having said that, Manny Pacquiao before the fight was saying that, you know, he's used to orthodox. But here's where I don't agree with the fact that when he says he's used to orthodox, is that I don't think he had come across an Ugas style. I don't think, and that's why I think Manny needs to prepare for that. And that's why I think in the rematch he could be better, because Manny Pacquiao didn't prepare for an Ugas style. Do you know what I mean? When I mean by that, he's never had to fight somebody like Ugas. And here's what I mean by that. Like I just said, even in his prime, he never had to fight anybody as big as Ugas, that could move like Ugas, that had as good boxing skills and great feet like Ugas. Manny Pacquiao, yeah, he fought big guys, but a lot of them were static. You know, now you could say he fought Keith Thurman, who had good movement. However, I think Keith Thurman's a bigger puncher than Ugas. However, I think Ugas is bigger than Thurman. I think body-wise, frame-wise, he's bigger, right? And I think Ugas is very tall. You know, very tall. And I think Ugas might be I even think Ugas might be a slightly better boxer. He doesn't have the power of Keith Thurman, and that's what makes Keith Thurman dangerous, because Keith Thurman's a good boxer, good mover. But I think when you talk about pure boxing skill, Ugas might be better than Thurman. Ugas might have more skills. He may have better feet movement. May have better movement. He may be better than Keith Thurman from that sense. But Keith Thurman as a complete fighter is very good as well. But I think Ugas is bigger than Keith Thurman. I think you could tell Ugas was like longer arms and lanky, tall, very tall, lanky. You know, he was big for a welterweight, man. He was huge for a welterweight, massive. You know, he was making Manny Pacquiao look really small in there. You know, this is what I'm saying. This is why I think Manny Pacquiao and his team underestimated Ugas. And what I mean by that is that they decided to take a fight which they shouldn't have taken on short notice. And I think that's where they went wrong, because Ugas is somebody you need to prepare for. You can't just go and fight Ugas on replacement. I think that's dangerous. And I think it backfired. So I think what they should have done is, because Manny Pacquiao didn't need to fight, you know, but I think he probably wanted to save the show, and Manny wanted to fight the best, and he fought Ugas. But I think Ugas, he needs to prepare for a fight with Ugas. He needs to get somebody with that kind of style, that height, that length, and needs to prepare for that. He needs to be well prepared going into that fight. Unfortunately, I don't think he was, and I think that definitely hampered him. So it wasn't just the fact that, you know, he may not be the fighter he was. I think that's being overplayed. Manny Pacquiao's not been the fighter he was for the last 5 years, and he's still competing at high level. For me, it was a stylistic thing. Yes, was Manny not the fighter he was? Yeah, but it was a stylistic issue for him. See, Manny might still beat, like, for me, Manny still beats Danny Garcia. He still beats a lot of welterweights. But for me, Ugas was just stylistically at this point was wrong. But if Manny had prepared better, prepared for Ugas' style, which I don't think they did, to be honest. I think they just thought they'd go in there and beat him. And Ugas is a lot better than what they probably gave him credit for. And Ugas' style was difficult for him. So if Manny wants to win that fight, I think he needs to prepare 3 months for Ugas. You know, I just think Ugas was too good to have on a 1 month replacement or 1 week replacement and go in there and fight him, because generally when these top fights are happening, they prepare for them. They get sparring according to that, because Errol Spence isn't as nimble as feet as Ugas. So Ugas is orthodox and he moves. So now Manny Pacquiao's preparing for a southpaw. Now all of a sudden he's got a big, huge orthodox welterweight that's got great feet, that's got great movement. You know, it's a complete different change. So that didn't help him. So what Manny needs to prepare for Ugas. And who knows, he may be able to beat Ugas. Going off that performance, you'd have to say Ugas may have Manny's number. But if Manny prepares for him, and it's Manny Pacquiao at the end of the day, it wouldn't shock me if he comes out and beats him. But again, we need to. I think if he prepares for Ugas, I think next time he has a much better shot. But what do you guys think? Do you think that it was just a stylistical thing? Do you think if Manny prepares for him, you'd give him a better chance? You know, Gamo did say that Manny won't retire and Manny will fight rematch Ugas. And I think Gamo probably knows he's in around Manny Pacquiao in his camp, so he probably knew, knowing the competitor that Manny Pacquiao is, this is not gonna sit well with him. And Manny Pacquiao, you know, has come out firing and said, listen, I want to have a rematch. I believe I can beat him. I believe his style I can beat. So let's see if Manny Pacquiao, and Ugas, by the way, Ugas has come out and accepted it. Ugas has said, I'd love to fight Manny Pacquiao again. Because for Ugas had it off, because think about it, if Ugas fights Manny Pacquiao, he's going to get another big payday. Do you understand? He's going to get an even bigger payday now. So, and then if he beats Pacquiao again, he's going to get an even bigger payday with Spence. So Ugas has had it off. If Ugas gets this rematch, Ugas has had it off. You know, wherever happens is Ugas is going to be okay, because he's going to fight Errol Spence if this Manny Pacquiao fight don't happen. But if he fights Manny Pacquiao, imagine if he fights Manny Pacquiao in a rematch, beats Manny Pacquiao, right? He's going to make a lot of money, and then if he fights Errol Spence, he's going to make. So for Ugas, he's in a great position, you know. So fair play to Ugas. You know, he's had it hard, and he's, you know, reaping the rewards now. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.